Chapter 7, Drug Information References. We'll skip over the terms and definitions as we will cover them in the chapter. Drug information reference books are some of the most important tools used in pharmacy. Physicians, nurses, and other healthcare professionals call the pharmacy daily to ask questions about various medications. Pharmacists rely on credible, accurate, and up-to-date reference sources to help give the correct information to others. Although a few of the books in pharmacy are highly technical, most give basic information on drugs. Knowing which book to choose for referencing and how to access information is an important skill for pharmacists and technicians. This chapter covers the references that are more commonly used in a pharmacy. In addition, other types of reference materials that can be of help specifically to the technician are listed. Before you begin to look for information, take these key points into consideration. First, what exactly is the purpose of your search? What is the question that needs to be answered? Do you need to know the generic name only, the drug's interaction and classification, or perhaps the drug's appearance? So let's begin with the process of developing, manufacturing, and naming drugs to learn the importance of each one of these components. When a new drug is in the experimentation phase, the creators or the company give the drug a generic or investigational drug name based on its chemical attributes. The name also prepares the drug for recognition during future marketing after approval. Later, when the drug has been approved by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, a monograph or official label is created to include important findings such as side effects that were reported during clinical trials. The drug classification is important because it places the drug into proper categories based on its chemical structure, mechanism of action, anatomical function, and or therapeutic use. Many times drugs in the same class have the same mechanism of action. This information can assist the prescriber and pharmacist in determining the expected therapeutic effect and possible adverse reactions. The indications list the main conditions for what the chemical is used for. A contraindication list is also an important part of the drug monograph. This list identifies types of individuals who should not be given the medication. Reasons may range from certain serious drug-drug interactions to conditions that conflict with the action of the drug. After all the studies have been done and the data have been analyzed, contraindications still may be discovered in post-market use. These are updated in the drug's monograph. It is always helpful to ensure that you're reading the most recent information on a drug. The last date of update is listed directly on the official product labeling. The founding company assigns the chemical name, generic name, and trade name, which are found in the product's official label. The chemical name is a scientific name given to a chemical in accordance with the nomenclature system developed by the International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry, Chemical Abstract Services, or another authoritative agency. Many times, generic drugs are closely related to the chemical name of the drug, but not always. The trade name, which is also known as the proprietary name or the brand name, is determined by the company that developed the drug and is therefore the exclusive property of that company. Some trade names may be related to the function or main use of the drug. So box 7.1 shows examples of trade names that indicate the function of the drug. So Celexa treats depression, conveys celebration and wellness. Lipitor lowers blood lipids, conveys treatment of lipids. Low is for hypertension, it conveys lowering of blood pressure. Low tensin for hypertension conveys lowering of blood pressure. Neurontin treats conditions affecting the neurons and conveys treatment of nerves. Restoril treats insomnia and it conveys restfulness. Viagra treats erectile dysfunction, conveys vigor and vitality. Wellbutrin XL treats depression, conveys well-being. Box 7.2 lists examples of similar endings of drug generic names. Some beta blockers end in OLOL. These agents are primarily used to treat high blood pressure. So we have atenolol, nadolol, and timolol. You can see they all have the OLOL. Some angiotensin converting enzymes, ACE inhibitors, end in pril. So we have captopril, enalapril, lisinopril. Some calcium channel blockers end in dipene. These agents are primarily used to treat high blood pressure and heart rhythm disorders. So we have amlodipine, nicardipine, and nifedipine. And the brand names are in parentheses, Norvasc, Cardine, Procardia, and Adalat. Penicillins end in cillin. These agents are used to treat infection. So we have amoxicillin, ampicillin, and dicloacillin. Some anti-anxiety medications end in azepam. These agents are primarily used to treat anxiety and panic disorders. We have diazepam, lorazepam, and oxapam. Some tricyclic antidepressants end in pramine. These agents are used primarily to treat depression disorders. We have clomipramine, disipramine, and iamipramine. Then for H2 receptor antagonists, those end in tidine. These agents are primarily used to treat ulcers and gastroesophageal reflux disorders. So we have cimetidine, which is Tagamet, and famotidine, which is Pepcid. Proton pump inhibitors end in prazole. These agents are primarily used to treat gastroesophageal reflux disorders. So we have esomeprazole, lansoprazole, and omeprazole. We have some antifungals that end in conazole. These agents are primarily used to treat fungal infections. We have fluconazole, ketoconazole, and miconazole. The U.S. Adopted Names Council has established a list of word stems, prefixes, root words, and suffixes that identify a drug's classification. These word parts reflect a specific drug classification. Knowing these word parts makes it easier to learn what a specific drug does. In addition to being familiar with the official label of products, technicians should be adept at using basic pharmacy drug references. A better understanding of medication and diseases allows for safer patient care. However, consult with a pharmacist before sharing any information with a patient. Most references have a section on how to use the text or online help sections to aid the reader in the use of computerized resources. It is helpful for the technician to be familiar with performing a reference search before it is required. Knowing how to use the reference properly allows the technician to find the correct information in a timely manner. Although many different types of reference materials are available, this chapter describes only the most common types seen in a pharmacy setting. Many reference materials are available to technicians and pharmacists in a variety of formats, and it should be noted that online interfaces such as Micromedex and clinical pharmacology are increasingly more prevalent in the pharmacy setting. The following examples of commonly used reference materials are normally available in more than one form. All of the books can be found online at Amazon.com, and at the end of each description is a list of available product formats. Drug Facts and Comparison is one of the books that's most frequently used by pharmacists. It was first published in 1946 and was created for quick and accurate reference and drug comparison because of its vital information and ease of use. It is very popular pharmacy reference. Drug Facts and Comparison has 5 sections. At the front of each classification section is extensive information on various aspects of that class of drugs. Included under each drug listing are indications for use. In addition, a chart lists all the dosage strengths, dosage forms, sizes, and manufacturers. Most pharmacies carry the unbound book to allow for monthly updates. Drug Facts and Comparisons answers many basic questions for the pharmacy. It is available in hardback, loose leaf hardback, pocket size, or electronic subscription. An example of how to locate an over-the-counter drug such as Prilosec would start with locating the drug name in the index under either the generic or the trade name. Once you find the page, the information will contain the usual dosage, strengths, and forms it is available, and patient information. When dispensing in a pharmacy, other useful information, such as the type of auxiliary label that is needed in drug interactions, is also provided. The physician's desk reference is a popular reference found in most physician offices and pharmacies. It has been in publication for more than 50 years. It has 6 sections. The pages are color coded and contain information regarding manufacturer, product specifics, and diagnostic information. Each drug reference in the PDR has a complete description, including its chemical structure and study results. This book is a compilation of package inserts provided by manufacturers who have paid a fee for inclusion in the reference. Not all package inserts are available. Package inserts can be difficult to read. Although most pharmacies have a PDR, physicians are the primary users. And again, the PDR lists only FDA approved drugs that the manufacturers choose to send for inclusion. This book is not as important in a pharmacy setting as it is in a physician's office. The PDR does contain useful drug manufacturer contact information such as addresses and phone numbers. However, manufacturer information now is available in many other online drug information subscription programs. The PDR is also available in hardback and electronic formats. Online subscription is free to prescribers. The Drug Topics Red Book is one of the longest published reference guides. It's updated monthly and it's a good source of information pertaining to average and wholesale drug costs and prices. The new Red Book has 10 sections. Information contained with each describes useful information for pharmacy personnel, from drug information such as if they can be crushed or if they are sugar-free. This reference also provides information that technicians use in dispensing, such as reimbursement, disease information, color photos, and look-alike, sound-alike drugs, and even an herbal reference. Community pharmacies rather than hospitals are more likely to use this book. It contains valuable information in the form of quick referencing charts that the technicians can use, such as drugs that should not be crushed, drugs that are sugar-free and alcohol-free, and drugs excreted in breast milk. In addition, it includes convenient tabs and tables showing pharmacy calculations and dosing instructions translated into Spanish. Although the Red Book has an extraordinary amount of information, it is not an easy book to reference without knowing the abbreviations for the drug sections. An added feature of Red Book is a listing of all non-traditional Doctor of Pharmacy PharmD programs, along with requirements and current enrollment numbers. This is information that few, if any, other books contain. This book is available in soft covered and electronic formats. The Orange Book is a comprehensive list of approved drug products with therapeutic equivalence evaluations that is provided by the FDA. This is the book to use for determining whether a generic drug is the same as a brand drug. Other information includes discontinued drug products, orphan product designations, and approval lists. Information searches can be accessed by several different means: active ingredient, patent number, proprietary name, applicant holder, or application number. The Orange Book publication is updated annually. Frequent updates are made to the online version and it can be accessed free of charge. The Purple Book is a comprehensive list of approved biological products with biosimilar and interchangeable products, similar to the Orange Book. Used mainly by hospitals, the American Hospital Formulary Service Drug Information provides drug monographs that list drug information, include the following information: acute toxicity, adverse reactions, drug interactions, laboratory and test references, mechanism of action, pharmacokinetics, pharmacology, preparations, chemistry, and stability, specific dosage and administration information, spectrum and resistance for antibiotics, uses and off-label uses. This information is derived from experts in the field of medicine, pharmacy, and management through an independent editorial review process. This book is available in hardback, electronic, and a mobile application version. The United States Pharmacopoeia National Formulary provides access to official standards of the FDA. It is a guide for the specifications, test procedures, and acceptance criteria required for pharmaceutical manufacturers and quality control. This book aids compliance with standards and lists new product development and approvals. It is available in hardback, electronic, or online subscription. The United States Pharmacist Pharmacopoeia is a comprehensive compilation of information on compounding products and ingredients and their safety, in addition to products used to treat specific medical conditions. Also included are the most recent sterile preparation guidelines for USP, the most common non-formulary agents, veterinarian compounding, dietary supplements, and laws pertaining to compounding. This book is available in hardback or online with a subscription. Clinical pharmacology is an electronic drug compendium commonly encountered in retail and health system pharmacies. Similar to drug facts and comparisons, this reference is very popular because of its ease of use and quick access to information needed. The information can be provided to the pharmacy or health system by online, intranet, electronic, or mobile applications. The reference can be used by physicians, pharmacists, nurse, and other allied health professionals. Similar to the American Society of Health System Pharmacists and Micromedics drug decks, clinical pharmacology is a compendium officially recognized by the Centers of Medicare and Medicaid Services. Because of its extensive amount of drug information, including off-label drug use supported by clinical evidence. Data is continuously updated, making this reference a very timely resource for current drug information. Gold Standard Drug Database by Elsevier also has a complement of other products that can be bundled to the subscription to enhance the base compendia product. The following are examples of the various types of information available. Comprehensive drug details, including pharmacology, pharmacokinetics, contraindications, boxed warnings, precautions, pregnancy categories, breastfeeding, indications, and dosage for all populations, off-label uses, and adverse events. Consumer medication information, drug interactions, drug product comparison reports, the FDA approved drugs and how supply data for generic trade name, prescription, and non-prescription drugs, herbal and dietary supplements, including multivitamin and nutritional product listings. And then we have identification of drug products. Drug identifier includes imprint codes, colors, shapes, scoring, and images. Integrated drug product data, including clinical decision support and pricing modules. The International Listing of Drugs, the Global Drug Name Index, Intravenous Compatibility Report, Material Safety Data Sheets, Toxicology and Poisoning Management. And here is a screenshot of a clinical pharmacology drug monograph. Identidrug list tablet and capsule identifications. Most tablets and capsules have a code or number stamped on them by the manufacturer for identification purposes. Identidrug includes more than 38,000 listings. The drugs are not listed by pictures, but by identifiable codes, colors, and shapes, and also by whether the tablet is available scored. After these characteristics have been identified, the book provides the name of the manufacturer, generic and brand names, strengths, and use of the drug. Micromedics is Identidex and Clinical Pharmacology's drug identifier are also useful resources that are currently available in many pharmacies. Micromedics is an online interface that has pictures to aid in identifying drugs quickly and accurately. This type of referencing is very helpful when patients do not know the name of the drug they're taking, but have a capsule or tablet of the drug to use as a reference. Emergency departments often have patients who have overdosed on an unknown drug. If one tablet or capsule is brought in with the patient, the pharmacies probably can identify the drug using the IdentiDrug. Micromedics's Identidex, or clinical pharmacology drug identifier. Although some books, such as Drug Facts and Comparisons, have some pictures of tablets and capsules, these are not extensive and are not the first choice to use for identifying a drug. Identidrug is available as a softcover book, mobile app, and online with a subscription. Micromedics Healthcare Evidence and Clinical Expert provides an online and mobile application that can be used by physicians, pharmacists, and nurses in a healthcare facility. The information is provided through several software programs that can be purchased. The following list includes examples of the various types of information available with the specific software programs. Comprehensive drug details, drug decks, dosing information and parental nutrition solution for infants, Neofax, the drug information for more educated patient, detailed drug information for the consumer, drug interactions, drug reacts, drug pricing, ready price, FDA approved drugs, PDR, formulary management for hospitals, the formulary advisor, herbals, supplements, and alternative therapies, Alt Med Dex, identification of capsules and tablets, Identidex, international drugs, Index Nomium, management of medication reconciliation throughout the hospital workflow, clinic expert medication reconciliation, monographs for pharmacy and therapeutics evaluations, P&T Quick, pharmacokinetic calculators, Kinetidex, proper drugs usage and precautions, drug notes, safety data sheets, pharmaceutical SDS, verification of IV compatibility, and the IV index. Mostly used in the hospital setting, the Handbook of Injectable Drugs by Lawrence Trissell is a well-known reference book used for information on parental agents. The monographs discuss products, administration, stability, and compatibility with infusion solutions and other drugs. Although technicians cannot relay information from this book to physicians or nurses, they can find the information and have it ready for the pharmacist. In this way, they can facilitate a rapid response from the pharmacy to the necessary medical personnel. This book is available in hardback, electronic, mobile app, and online formats. The American Drug Index contains listings for more than 22,000 drugs, both RX and OTC. Information includes the following: active ingredient, dosage forms, drugs that should not be crushed or chewed, look-alike or sound-alike drugs, manufacturers' names, normal laboratory values, and more, packaging and uses, pronunciation of drug names, storage requirements for USP drugs, strengths, and a trademark glossary. The following is a list of some of the information provided in Goodman and Gilman's The Pharmacological Basis of Therapeutic. Drug metabolism, pharmacogenomics, drug transport, drug transporters, pharmacokinetics and pharmacodynamics, principles of therapeutics in all areas of the body system. The Handbook of Non-Prescription Drugs is a reference published by the American Pharmacists Association. It provides self-care options for the following: complementary and alternative medicine, complementary and alternative therapies, FDA-approved dosing information, and evidence-based research on efficacy and safety considerations of non-prescription herbal and homeopathic medications, medical foods, non-drug and preventative measures for self-treatable disorders, non-prescription medications, and nutritional supplements. Martindale, the complete drug reference, provides information on drugs in clinical use worldwide in addition to the following: contrast media and diagnostic agents, disinfectants, drugs of abuse and recreational drugs, herbal and complementary medicines, medicinal gases, pesticides, pharmaceutical excipients, radiopharmaceuticals, selected investigational and veterinarian drugs, toxic substances, vaccines, vitamins, and nutritional agents. Remington's Pharmaceutical Science, the science and practice of pharmacy, covers the entire scope of pharmacy, from the history of pharmacy and ethics to the specifics of industrial pharmacy and pharmacy practice. The following specific areas are included: disease state management, immunology, manifestations, and pathophysiology of diseases, professional communication, specialization in pharmacy practice, various aspects of patient care. The Pediatric and Neonatal Dosage Handbook, published by Lexicomp, provides information on suggested current dosages for pediatric patients. The 20th edition features 983 drug monographs. It is alphabetically organized and cross-referenced by US and Canadian brand names. An appendix is provided that contains comparative charts, tables, and other supportive information. A therapeutic category and keyword index also are included. The book is available in hardback format. The Geriatric Dosage Handbook, published by Lexicomp, provides information on suggested current doses for geriatric patients. The brand and generic names are alphabetically organized and cross-referenced by page number to the generic drug monograph. Geriatric sensitive information is provided along with the latest Beers criteria. Beers outlines drugs to avoid or to use with caution in older adults. It is available in hardback format. In addition to these well-known books, many specialty reference books are available, such as those covering information on drugs in pregnancy and breastfeeding, psychotropic medications, and antibiotics. Many pharmacies have a wide range of these types of reference books available. So we have table 7.1, which lists pharmacy reference books, all of which we just went through. Technicians traditionally have not carried pocket version of drug books. However, as our roles expand, the pharmacy technician may need to have his or her own reference book. Some manufacturers produce small pocket versions of trade generic name drug books, but the drugs listed often are limited to their drug line only. It is becoming more important for technicians to carry a good pocket guide, not only of trade and generic names, but also of drug classifications, indications, and side effects. Before purchasing a pocket guide, technicians should examine a variety of different guides to determine the one that is most pertinent to their jobs. One of the best books to keep is one in which a drug can be looked up by trade or brand name without having to check the index. The cost of these pocket handbooks are generally from $5 to $10. The disadvantage, though, is that they are softbound and must be updated yearly to incorporate new drugs or discontinued ones. The advantage is that most of the drugs remain the same over time. You can access a free copy of the Mylan Pharmaceuticals Generic Brand Reference Guide at this address. You can order by phone, order online, or download the app for iPhone and Android devices. Electronic devices such as smartphones and tablets are becoming more popular and economical. An assortment of drug databases and other reference materials can be downloaded onto a handheld device for easy access. Several companies offer short-term trial periods for these reference materials before requiring the user to purchase a subscription. Others offer a limited amount of information for free. One example is Epocrates, which offers a basic free drug information package that you can download onto a smartphone or other handheld device. The following information is included: classification, dosing, indications, interactions, manufacturer's contact information, medication and study updates, pill identification, provider directory, resource center, trade and generic name references. The smartphone with the most drug database options is the iPhone, iTouch, iPad, and then followed by the Android platform. The following are several free drug reference apps. So you can add these to your smartphone. Fingertip Formulary, it provides drug formulary information listed by state. A free version is available for most platforms, and extra drug monograph information is available for licensed providers. The IBM Micromedics drug information, an extensive drug database with detailed information including pharmacokinetics, toxicology, and clinical teaching pearls. It is available for iOS, Android, and Windows devices. Medscape Mobile, a combination drug reference and database that includes a drug-drug interaction checker. It is available for download on both iOS and Android platforms. Mobile PDR, this is an electronic version of the paper book that is published annually. It has a pill search function that includes pictures and access to thousands of drug summaries, continually updated by PDR within a week of manufacturer's updates. This app is free to all US healthcare professionals and is available on both iOS and Android devices. Referencing should not be limited to books alone. The internet has a lot of information. However, it is up to the reader to determine whether the information is reliable and accurate. Finding websites at universities and through publishing companies is a good way to look for information. Accessing personal websites may give you a person's perspective, but may not provide medically sound information. A list of reputable websites for news concerning medications is provided at the end of this chapter. Pharmacy organizations have websites on the internet, and many have weekly news boards that reference important information concerning pharmacy. Because pharmacy is constantly evolving, much of the information cannot be included in journals. The news links are listed on the website. Many databases have up to date information and links. These are valuable tools for keeping members updated with accurate information. In addition, these association sites have links to other pharmacy sites that may be of interest. Pharmacy associations also may offer internet links where the user can have questions answered by other members. So this is websites and databases that could be helpful for pharmacy technicians. So we have the CDC's website, the Center for Medicare and Medicaid, among other FDA, Mayo Clinic. There's quite a bit. Many websites provide continuing education in the form of online examinations and live CE courses. With the online CE courses, the students sometimes can download and study the information before taking the examination online. Other online courses require live participation. After the course has been completed, the certificate is mailed, emailed, or provided online to the student. CE certificate should be filed for reference when obtaining recertification. Often these CE courses are offered free of charge, and although a certain number of CE units are required for recertification, there is no limit to the number of CE courses a person may take. Upon completion of the CE examination, you receive notification of your score, and a certificate can be printed and filed in your records as a certification reference. Starting in 2015, CE courses began to be coded for technicians specifically. For more information, you will read that in Chapter 3. Nearly every pharmacy subscribes to journals and news magazines that pertain to pharmacy. They may be paper journals or electronic versions. These can be informative to the pharmacy technician when a technician becomes nationally certified. He or she must complete CE units and may at some point use these journals to complete some, if not all, the necessary units. Journals offer CEs at a reasonable cost. In addition, they allow the technician to stay current on the most recent drugs being developed. Journals and newsletters may be published monthly, bi-monthly, quarterly, or even weekly. They contain articles on new drugs, technicians, the future of pharmacy, and various legislative changes that may be taking place. The information they can provide about the field of pharmacy can be beneficial. Many different journals, newsletters, and magazines are available. Other journals that technicians may not see in the pharmacy setting are those written by pharmacy technician associations. These journals are geared specifically to technician issues. Table 7.3 provides a sample of the types of journals and pharmacy magazines that are available. So we have different pharmacy publications. We have the AAPT, the Computer Talk, Drug Topics, Today's Technician. So there's a lot of them there. In addition to large desktop books, pocket handbooks, journals, and the internet, other sources of information can keep you current and on the cutting edge as a pharmacy technician. For examples of additional references geared to technicians and healthcare workers, you can look at Table 7.4. Another way to obtain new drug information is to join an association. Membership can be rewarding and can serve as a good source of information and a way to network. Many associations offer webinars, both live and recorded, for members. CE credits can be earned while learning new material. The associations listed in box 7.3 currently provide CE and information for technicians. So just some additional reference book here in 7.4. And then we have the associations that provide continuing education. So from time to time, you can find some free ones at these websites, but most of the time you do need to be a member. All of these organizations offer a great way to stay current on new drugs, devices, and current and future pharmacy issues. In addition, they usually offer a way to order pharmacy technician certification review books and other reference books, sometimes at a reduced membership rate. These reference books can be found on their websites or at their bookstores. The information and support they can provide is limited only by how much they are used. In addition, many pharmacist associations such as the ASHP and APHA and their chapters have specific divisions for pharmacy technicians, providing technicians with additional sources for learning new information. You must inquire about your local pharmacy associations to determine what they offer. Some technician divisions are active in supplying CE courses to technicians and host various functions for networking and unifying pharmacy technicians from different types of pharmacies. For more information on all associations, you can refer to Chapter 3. Seminars and CE dinners provided by pharmacy associations are sometimes sponsored by drug companies and are another good source of information on drug topics, new drugs, and fulfilling CE requirements. You do not need to be a member of an association to attend, but the cost usually is lower for members. Although seminars normally are held once or twice yearly, depending on the association that is presenting the seminar, CE dinners may be hosted monthly by the local chapter of an association. At seminars, many of the technician classes include math, septic technique, the future of pharmacy technicians, law updates, and more. Monthly CE dinners or events usually have a limited amount of space available, depending on the drug company sponsoring the event. There may be a speaker and a meal for a low cost, or more rarely, no cost. These costs usually are predetermined by the chapter of the association. All these seminar classes and CE dinners can be applied to CE credit for pharmacy technicians. At times, technicians may need to use a reference for obtaining information on a drug or for billing purposes. Knowing the proper book to reference is important not only for finding the correct information, but also for saving time and avoiding frustration. The references listed previously are large reference books that are provided for the staff in the pharmacy. Some online subscription contracts in the pharmacy may have codes that allow you individual access to use the reference at home, so check with your employer. If you choose to buy your own reference books or online subscriptions for home use or pocket versions for use at work, you should consider some basics. If your main use of the reference will be to determine generic and trade names, indications, and side effects, a reference such as drug facts and comparisons is a good choice. As pharmacies update their reference books, you may be able to obtain a free copy of some print references. Some pharmacies that subscribe to electronic resources also have complimentary access for their employees' use at home. Check with your employer. In addition, check bookstores on the internet for the previous year's edition of a desired resource. Older editions can be sold at a reduced price and may contain most of the information you require. However, you should consider the need to have updated information because drug information changes very quickly. You might check other book companies for similar information. Many reference books contain the same type of information as drug facts and comparisons. Another consideration may be the size of the reference book. For instance, although Drug Facts and Comparisons is a complete and up-to-date book, it is large and will not fit in your pocket for easy access. However, a pocket version is available. Other publishers also offer pocket versions of the references, including mobile versions for various devices. Avoid books that reference drug names in only one way because their use can become time consuming. If you're going to keep the book at home or in your office, you might be looking for a larger book. If your space is limited, you may be more interested in a handbook. Remember that smaller books contain less information or have print that is more difficult to read. If you're going to purchase a reference book at a bookstore, take a wide variety of drug names with you to reference in the store. If the book has all the drugs you are looking for and is easy to read, you'll use that book more often. And do you remember these key points? So these are some good things to study on.